Hey, what's up? Welcome to Inept Pit, episode 55?
I think so.
Yeah, 55. I'm your host, Drew Campbell, and Fat Guys, Evan Sasiela.
I am back from the dead.
Back from the grave, dude, on our very special Halloween episode. Evan has defied, the laws of reality and has returned to us. Evan, what was it like being dead?
It was unusual, I think, I just kind of did what I did when I was alive. I just laid around and waited for the podcast. Waited until you bullied me to come record it.
Right. So, are you saying there is no afterlife? Are you confirming there's no afterlife?
No, there was.
What was it like?
It was like life, but after.
So does that make it hell or limbo? Which one
I
was
was
it?
kind of just in my apartment. It felt like the same, It wasn't,
Yeah, so is that hell or limbo? It sounds a lot like hell to me.
no.
Your apartment?
I was not
Your
tortured.
apartment?
I wasn't tortured. I mean, I like tortures.
Living your life is torture.
Yeah.
It is a form of
totally
cruel
separate.
torture.
There's no fire. There's no weapons.
It's not like so, but it could still be hell. I don't think if hell exists, it's fire and weapons. I don't think if there's a hell, there's no way it's not cartoony.
No.
Like I would be, if hell was like that, I would want to go to hell because hell would be cool. The fire and brimstone and demon and the way we draw demons, all that shit's very cool.
But it's all torture. It's just basically torture forever. There's no end.
See, I never understood that. Like you go to hell if you lived his life of sin, but like wouldn't that make you like Satan's boy?
I mean, I'm sure he has plenty of boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And wouldn't he be like your boy? Like you'd be like, dude, you fucking killed it up there. It was awesome.
No, he's evil.
Exactly. So wouldn't he like it if you were evil? Wouldn't he want to torture good people?
You want to torture everyone. That's why he's the boss.
Oh, you're saying he's so evil
that he tortures everyone. That's
he has no friends.
Yeah, pretty much. He is his own friend.
That's not a thing.
He gets friends. There's like
it's like saying you jerk off, so you're your own girlfriend. That's not how that works.
It's like 3 people in hell that he's friends with.
Okay, who we top 3? It's gotta be Hitler.
Oh yeah, he's most. Yeah,
Hitler's gotta be up there. Would you probably Judas? Think Judas?
I think Judas is in heaven, man.
Really? You think they forgave him? He killed himself.
Oh yeah, he's a disciple.
Yeah, but he fucking traitor, didn't he? He never apologized. He never repented for his sins.
Well, we don't know. They're not on earth.
Well, you can't repent once you're dead, motherfucker. That's defeats the whole point.
But he's a disciple. I'm sure all the disciples
he's
have
an
like
apostle, motherfucker. We're all disciples.
Yeah.
Do your Bible better.
Disciple, apostle. What's the difference?
It's a fucking big difference. The apostles were the ones that were Jesus's boys.
Yeah.
He was the boys.
The group.
Dude, how funny is that? Like Jesus literally told people, "It's like I'm going with the boys tonight." That was the Last Supper, dude. Last Supper, he's like, "I'm going with the boys tonight. It's gonna get wild. This is gonna get. We got a wild ass time." He's like, first off, we're gonna start out and have a sick meal. Where we all sit on one side of the table. It'll be a great meal.
Like that might be the most hack Christian joke of all time. It's just
it's true.
we all sit on the one side of the table.
Is that? I believe that is possible. Though.
They're like, how dare we go to the other side?
Well, maybe there's people who were dumb enough back then that they didn't realize you could sit around the whole table. Because like it took a while for them to figure out the round table thing,
Yeah, it was just like, just 2 sides.
Yeah. Well, there's more than 2 sides. There's 4 sides.
Yeah.
That's how boxes work.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual table.
The actual tables?
Yeah.
What do you mean the actual tables?
I'm talking about just there weren't that many people that would sit at the end of the table.
Yeah, dude, that hot dogs.
Yeah.
Jesus should have been sitting at the end of the table, not the middle of the table. It's weird that he would have been otherwise, It's crazy that you would ever think that would be an okay way to sit. Like Jesus in the middle,
Well, that was the king's table.
That's not always a king.
Yeah, he probably had a nicer chair.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Well, not Jesus style.
Weren't they all on the bench though?
Yeah, they're all sharing a bench.
Just in the middle.
Jesus would have gave someone else that. Jesus did some weird shit where he was like wash people's feet and stuff. Didn't Jesus have a foot fetish?
Yeah, we're gonna be canceled by every
How?
diocese because we're just speaking
I'm asking.
blasphemy.
How's this blasphemy? I'm asking a question.
You're asking if Jesus, the Lord and Savior, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, had a foot fetish. What?
Okay, we
There's
put it
nothing
that
wrong
way,
with
that's
that.
crazy. All right, we'll change the subject.
This is our Halloween episode.
Yeah. You know, I've been doing lately, like a lot.
What?
I've been going around, like collecting cans out of trash cans. So I'm trying to and then I'm gonna save up like all those cans so I can cash them in and just like buy myself just a nice fake set of tits. I'm gonna get myself a big rack.
When did this idea happen?
So yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, this idea, I mean, right now, I guess. I started doing it yesterday, but the plan didn't fully emerge till right now. I'm gonna just buy myself a nice rack, just so I can simply just so I can have a rack. I would want it only to like go up to dudes and just be talking to them, and just be like, "Hey, sir, my tits are down here."
I mean, your birthday's coming up. I could just buy you.
Buy
you don't
me.
need to.
And honestly, when I say I want you to buy me tits, I don't want them on me. I just want to own them.
You never wear them. You just have them.
Just use them as punching bags.
Something at that time, just get onto while you're sleeping.
Yeah, there you go. It's just nice stress. It's the most expensive stress ball you ever buy.
God, what do you think sometimes?
I don't know, a lot of shit.
And I don't know if just going around finding any bottle can you see would be the my way of financing this project.
I think it's a way. I mean, you think of a better way to make money.
Sports betting is a big way now, but you have to have money to spend.
But you also can lose.
That's true.
A good way to lose. I mean, most people lose. That's why that stuff exists.
That's pretty.
If most people won, and it was so easy, then it wouldn't exist because no one would be able to make money off. Like the corporations and such wouldn't be making money.
That's a good point.
So
you have to have
people
people like me. I have all the knowledge. I just don't bet.
Well, then now you're the stupid one.
Yeah, pretty much. We just watched a pretty bad horror film.
Oh yeah, dude, that movie ripped.
It's called a 1988 film called Cameron's Closet.
It's about a kid stuck in the closet and he won't come out. Scary. Very scary.
That's not what the plot was at
Yeah,
all.
that's not what the plot was at all.
It was about a kid who basically has telepathy.
There's a kid who's autistic, and
he can move things with his mind.
Yeah, he's autistic. It's super funny if you just start calling people with telekinesis autistic. Yeah, he's autistic, and he apparently somehow unleashes a demon onto the world that lives solely in every closet that he lives in, or any place he lives, it lives in the closet, and he kills people around him, and then the world's worst detective is on the case.
He is a pretty bad detective. He asked no questions, did no research,
connects zero dots.
Yeah.
He only exists in the movie. He doesn't do anything in the movie, really. It's like start to finish. He shows up at the house and just is like, "Fucking, what's going on?" And they're like, "Guy got murdered." All right. Talks to the kid. You see anything? Nope. All right.
Yeah, right.
And he solves nothing in this movie.
No.
He did zero detecting throughout the whole movie.
He tried to help at the end.
Yeah, but his therapist did did all the work.
Well, she was great.
She was accomplished. Also, we did say that there was a really good line in the movie where he's going to see his therapist, and he goes, "I'm here to see Dr. Hanley," and she goes, "I am Dr. Hanley."
It's like sexism in 1988.
Because women can't be doctors.
Well, it was like that. I mean, it was a pretty. I mean, it was not a very diverse film. There was 2 people of color in the whole film,
But they were both in positive roles.
But they were on screen for like 5 seconds.
Still positive roles. At least there's no negative stereotypes.
That's true.
Just it could have been worse. It wasn't like they had a Chinese guy, but it wasn't like it wasn't like he was eating rice. You know, like it was like wasn't like he was like speaking broken English on the other side of a phone of a Chinese restaurant. He was a police officer.
Police officer, and then
The black guy wasn't selling crack.
he was
Like
a doctor.
he was a doctor.
He was only out. He was literally out for 3 seconds. He was leaving the room when.
He went, yeah, this boy, all right.
Yeah.
That was his one line.
I did laugh. You had a great line. So we were doing some commentary to the whole film. The goal of tonight, before this podcast, was to watch a Halloween horror film that we thought was bad. Or we looked on Rotten Tomatoes and we found this one. And we were gonna try and make fun of it.
It was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. But you were saying that was funny. I like it when you tell me this.
There's a point. I mean, I'm assuming no one here is going to watch this still.
Yeah, spoiler alert for this movie that came out 40 years ago.
Yeah. There's a point in the movie where the kids' mom's boyfriends basically gets his eyes ripped apart by the demon in the closet.
He gets his eyes burned out of him. Jesus Christ, you sound like an idiot.
And he gets thrown off out of the window onto a car 40 feet away, and then the police are looking at him. And you had a line that was like, they looked at him, you're like, do you suspect any foul play? That was so funny.
Oh, because dude, honestly, the cops don't get to they don't get to the bottom of anything. They don't even no one even seems to try to be getting to the bottom of the murders.
I don't even, they weren't wearing like officer uniform.
No, well, some of them weren't. But they were just talking about it. It's like no one's dude, the dude guy's eyes burned out and like flew 40 feet out of a window out into like a car that was almost in the street.
Yes.
And they're like, crazy shit, man.
I think the first comment for this video is gonna be like, I did see Cameron's Closet when it came out. You're pretty accurate.
And it's also, I think they blew, like I was making they have like a demon model in the movie, but you don't see it very often. And it sucks. And I think that's why. I think they spent like a huge part of the budget making this demon.
Yeah.
And then they got it done. They're like, oh, fuck, this is a piece of shit.
It was a pretty bad demon.
This is a piece of shit. Evan's now going to insert a picture of the demon from Cameron's Closet here. Okay. And yeah, look how fucking bad that was, though. It's so bad. It looks, I'm trying to think of what was it gonna, it looks like if you shaved a chihuahua and then squeezed its neck till its eyes almost popped out.
We may be about to see the first fight on the podcast.
Why?
Because this guy
making you edit it?
Making me edit the video.
It's so fun. It's so fun to do that, though.
For you're just playing mind games with me. Now I got to go back and spend
the whole
more time editing.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Spend extra minutes doing that. It'll be fine. You're a big boy.
Not really.
No, you are really big, actually.
Hey, we said no more bullying.
That was a bullying. It was a joke. I just thought of that right now. Come on, man. I'm not gonna say that joke.
We're recording this live from Drew's house.
Yeah. Also, dude, fucking wait, with Cameron's Closet, before we get off that, fucking what? There's also like really shitty like wolfmen looking people in it that are supposed to be, I think, demonic versions of themselves, but they really just look like someone like glue hair on people. It looks like someone was in a wacky turn of events, fell into some Elmer's glue, and then into a pile of dog hair.
You're talking about the demons?
Yeah, the demonic versions of people. They all had hairy hands.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't really know.
I didn't know what the artistic. What was the artistic? What was that? I fucking hate words. I'm trying to think of it. What was the artistic
value?
Direction. There's no artistic direction of that choice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's that word? Direction?
Yeah, it's a hard word. A lot of vowels. Got C in it. C's trip me up. Yeah. I trip all over the C, you know what I mean? Talking about
yeah. I don't know why we do that, but yeah. If you have Amazon Prime, look up Cameron's Closet. If you want to waste 87 minutes of your life, I recommend it.
Also, what's really funny is that there's just a guy in the movie that's just drunk, and they go like to see him, and he essentially says,
I'm a drunk.
no, he's like, oh yeah, all these murders are happening. We think it has something to do with Cameron. He's like, well, yeah, it does. He's gonna do it again.
I don't really care anymore. I'm a dog in
I
this fight.
was scared to do anything. Yeah, I can't really do anything. And like the cop just doesn't react like you knew about this shit because they're not convinced anything's supernatural yet.
Yeah.
Like, fully. I mean, I guess you should when someone has their eyes burned out and they're 40 feet. But either way, there's no evidence that anything's supernatural yet. So they're just like, this guy just tells him that and he goes, all right, well, I also have this tape of his dad, which is his dad, the kid's dad dies at the beginning of the movie in the most hysterical way ever. Also, we all know this blunder that everyone happens. He happens to fall off a ladder and cut his own head off by landing on a machete.
Yeah. It was funny when they go to that guy's house and they're like, someone died the other day and his dad's head was cut off. And then
Oh
he
yeah, I
goes
got
like,
a recording of him
yeah.
talking to me. I was gonna destroy it. I was supposed to. Didn't. Here it is. Like, wouldn't they be like, "It's fucking evidence you withheld, you fucking
right.
asshole"? Like,
Yeah.
and also, they never listened to the tape.
No, she watched it.
Oh, she did.
It was the intro.
It
wasn't the tape of the recording. It was the beginning video, the whole beginning of the movie, that tape that they made where he's like, "Yeah, I'm Cameron."
But that wasn't the tape he was supposed to destroy. I think he was supposed to destroy the tape that was the voicemail.
Yeah, but then
the dad, before he dies, called him, specifically said, destroy this tape. And then later he has a tape and goes, I was supposed to destroy this. And then also that fat guy gets addressed, that fucking guy we were just talking about, the dude who had the tape, gets addressed by the demon who told me he has to go kill Cameron, or he's going to kill him. And then he goes back and goes, yeah, actually, Cameron, I had the ability to help you the whole time. So then it begs to differ why him and his dad just gave up on Cameron in the first place, if they always had the ability to help.
I think the moral of the movie is do not go into demonic intellectual the field.
No, I think the moral of the story is if your first move, everyone in that movie, it was almost comical about how like they didn't plot or stage anything. They just needed excuses to get all these characters next to his closet, this little boy's closet, to die.
Literally every character that went into that room went into his closet.
It also, they would like come into the house, go directly to the boy's room, and then start looking at his shirts in his closet. It's like that is what all these guys are pedophiles, or this makes no sense. The only way this makes sense is they're all pedophiles. They're just going through his clothes, smelling it. Like, and I wonder what he wears to bed. Like,
every shirt he wore was like a sports team, but it was in Los Angeles, so it was like the Lakers, you know, the LA Rams at the time. They're the LA Rams now, but they, you know. Also,
you couldn't see most of the movie.
It was pretty bad lighting.
Lighting was blurry. There's large chunks of the movie where you're looking at the screen and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at right now.
I'm gonna look up what the budget for this film was.
It was very overdone. Fucking like establishing shots that just lasted for too long to fill time. I feel like, to make it a full runtime movie. It was fun though. I liked it.
I like talking about it now. What do you mean? Both after the movie was over, both their reactions were like, "Wow, that sucked."
Yeah, it sucked, but it sucked in a fun way.
Yeah, there's lots of
good riff tracks off of that. You got a budget for this Hollywood masterpiece?
Doesn't say it on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, because Wikipedia said no one gives a fuck, dude.
It was actually given a limited theatrical release in the U.S.
I wonder why. Is it because it sucked? I've never even heard of this movie. I like horror.
The fun fact about this film, the special effects were done by the guy who had previously designed E.T.
It's not good when you don't get a name.
It's Carlo Rambaldi.
Oh, okay. Is that what the special effects? Man, apparently he was bad at making E.T.
He did the mechanical heart effects for Alien.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But he really dropped the ball on this movie. I will say this though, if you really think about it, E.T. does look like shit.
Well, compared to now,
No. E.T. himself looks like shit. Like he looks stupid.
Yeah.
And he actually looks like shit. He looks like a pile of shit. I've had shits that look like E.T. Where I look in the toilet and it's like, phone home. Look at the toilet and shit goes, Elliot, you're my friend.
Do you know who William Lustig is?
How the fuck would I know that?
It says he's a cult horror film director.
What other movies has he directed?
Doesn't say. Maniac.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's good.
He made a cameo that we missed. He was in Getting Booked by the Police. With the hooker or whatever.
Oh yeah. They call them sex
Uncle
workers
Sam.
of him. Wow. You're gonna drop the H word on the podcast, huh?
I'm sorry.
You fucking cunt. You're gonna drop the H word on this podcast?
Drop the C word.
What the fuck you talking about? Were you retarded dropping the H word on this podcast?
Yeah, there's no budget on the Wikipedia page.
That's cool.
Maybe
I think I'm gonna buy a falcon.
Like the actual bird?
Yeah.
Why?
I want to become a falconeer. I think that might be my life now.
The budget was about $7 million.
That's quite a bit of money for a really bad movie. But the falcon thing, I want to buy a falcon.
Why?
It'd be cool.
What would you do with it?
Just have it attack people.
You would be arrested probably.
No.
The falcon would be arrested.
The falcon, I'm going to get a black falcon. Oh, wait, that's probably a bad idea. Let's see. Who's invincible to cops? White girls. I'm going to get a white girl falcon. I'm going to get a hot white girl falcon that cries.
I would advise against buying any sort of bird.
I want a bird of prey. And
There's no reason.
I want it to have that little hood on, not a Ku Klux Klan one, but like, did you ever see like a falconeer? They have like they put these hoods on and then they take them off and they attack. That'd be dope. Except I'm only gonna have it attack girls I want to stop talking to, or dudes. I have more of a problem with. I'm like the reverse of like a dumb girl right now. I'm like a dumb guy where I'm like, I'll meet girls and I'm like, like they're cool, like they want to be friends or whatever, and then they want to like date me or want more, they want more than just being friends. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want. So I'm being a dumb girl right now. So that makes sense.
We did talk about earlier about potentially switching bonds.
Also, yes, we did, dude. Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
That's Freaky Friday, dude. That's Freaky Friday all over this bitch. I'm so down. Well, I was saying that if we Freaky Friday, you said to watch, like this wouldn't be a problem with you. I'm like, no, see, the problem is I'm charming. So even if I had your body, I would still have this problem, and then you'd realize that it's been you the whole time and not your body.
Yeah, I'm not. My problem is I'm not charming. I'm not in shape. That's pretty much it.
You really have no value whatsoever to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, Evan. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're
a big dick. We've gone over this before. Some people like a strong silent type. Some people like it when their man just shuts the fuck up. Buys them things. A lot of them like that.
Well, that's not have a lot of money. So.
Well, you would if you didn't go to a fucking concert every week.
God, booger just flew out. People, sorry for the podcast.
You had a booger flew out? You snot rocked on the cast?
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. I think it's the first snot rock on the cast.
It took over a year.
I'm glad you called it out. I bet no one would have noticed.
People are probably like, "Oh, you just snot rock."
I guarantee you, no one would have noticed. You made yourself look like an idiot right now. Made yourself look real dumb. Back to the girl that said, I'm like stuck in the dumb, like I'm a dumb girl, like I'm a dumb guy that's like, let's be friends and all more. It's like, I cannot. I'm fucking in love, dude. My heart belongs to another. I have a betrothed that will not speak to me.
It's all because you want a falcon.
I do want a falcon. I think chicks dig falcons, dude. I bet if they saw me with the falcon, they'd be like, I've never left them.
It would probably
they got a fucking falcon now.
It'd fly away.
No, that's why you train it, stupid. Also, I'll always just have a fucking. I'll just have a fanny pack full of dead rats.
Yeah.
Just to check it. You ever like do skeet shooting when you throw the fucking plate in the air and shoot it?
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll be like skeet falconing. I'm throwing rats in the air for it to catch. How fucking cool would it be to have a falcon though?
Not cool.
You fucking idiot.
No, it'd be cool, but it'd be cool to see, but like to take care of it, like it's not worth it.
It'd be awesome, dude. I'd go everywhere with it. I'd
Falcons
hold it
belong
on
in
my
the wild.
forearm.
They belong in the wild.
I know.
Up in the sky.
Oh, and other pets don't?
I mean, dogs and cats are domesticated.
They're domesticated. I'll domesticate my fucking falcon, dude. Don't worry about my falcon. Worry about you, yours, and you and yours.
Yeah, right here.
Bump.
That was supposed to be fun. I was imitating having a falcon.
Oh, yeah, dude. I would love that. And then I wouldn't even wear the thing. I just let it cut me. I'd bleed all the time.
Yeah.
What are those marks in your arms? I'm a falcon. I'm a falconer. That's my occupation. How do you make money doing that? You don't. I'm homeless. I'm homeless, but I have a falcon. So, things are looking up me.
I'm going to have to ask you, what's up with the backwards hat?
I don't know.
You become one of those guys?
I felt like backwards that I did. Yeah, hating on me like that?
I just thought it's a different look.
I'm in my over the top stage.
That's like me wearing.
Have you ever seen the movie Over the Top?
Nope.
I will tell you this: they got the name right. It is Over the Top. It's a Sylvester Stallone movie where he plays a truck driver that's going around America with his son, and then he competes in a lot of arm wrestling. He's
Over the top. Get it?
It is appallingly bad. It is the most toxic masculine movie of all time, and that's why I love it. It's just a dude I'm fucking with my son out on the road. I'm gonna arm wrestle, which I've never even seen an arm wrestling, like a arm wrestling competition. I don't think they exist.
No, they exist. There's
where
ESPN has like the Ocho
That's not a real. That was a joke made up.
No, but they actually have.
They started doing it as a joke. Yeah. But that was a joke.
They have weird sports. Like they have speed tag.
Yeah. What were the other ones from the dodgeball that they said? Was it midget tossing was one of them?
Yeah.
I'd watch that. I'd pay $1 for that.
Dodgeball's one of my favorite movies.
Dude, I probably watched Dodgeball like 300 times.
Yeah, so it's always on now. It's always on.
Dude, when I grew up, it was always on. I just watched it. Like I would watch Dodgeball every day. I'd watch Dodgeball and play with my wrestling action figures while I'm watching Dodgeball.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many times I saw that movie. I saw Dodgeball more times than I've hugged my mother.
Lady in Red, that one part.
It's a great movie. It's not a great movie. It's a great comedy.
No, it's fun. It's not. Yeah. Justin Long.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck happened to his career?
He was kind of big in the mid 2000s. He had Accepted. It was a good movie.
That wasn't even when he was big. That was like when he started out. Then he was respected and big for a minute, and then he just kind of petered out. Dude, you barely ever see him anymore, and it's usually on this indie shit or bit roles.
Yeah, I've never heard him. I wonder what he's in.
But he's cool. I like Justin Long. I'm a fan of his work. I like him as an actor. We need to see more Justin Long movies.
We need to get Justin Long on this pod.
Justin Long views, what I say. You beat off to pictures of Justin Long.
Someone DM.
Get it? Because Long views the song by Green Day about masturbation. Bite my lips and blow, Justin Long. Take me away.
Masturbation's lost its fun.
Yeah, but then you're supposed to pair it to make it about Justin Long.
Dude, I saw Green Day this year. Pretty good concert.
I don't believe it.
Of all the bands that I like, that I think you'd like, Green Day is one.
Green Day has one good album. It's their first album. I don't like pop punk and that kind of fucking dog shit music, dude. That's not true. You barely name one.
U2's my favorite band. I love pop punk.
Name one other pop punk band you listen to. And that's the mainstream version of pop punk, which means Green Day is the best version of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that indie stuff is just plain garbage. It is dog shit garbage. But I've ranted about pop punk enough on this. But name one other pop punk band you like.
Walk the Moon.
That's not pop punk. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. You don't know what genres are, do you? Oh, that was another funny thing. As we're looking for movies, this is another funny thing I've noticed. Is like when you're going through genres now, we've gone so woke. I think we've gotten maybe like we've talked about like the full circle of like movies have gotten like we've gone. Sometimes you go so woke, you kind of end up back at racism or something like this doesn't like this feels inappropriate.
Right.
Now under genres of movies, they'll be like, oh, action, adventure, comedy, and then it's just like black people is now a genre of movie.
It's black voices.
That's exactly. So now there's a genre just called black people. These are black movies. Like we went full back to exploitation eras where it's like black movies.
Well, think about how many movies there are just all white casts.
I know, I get why you'd want to watch black movies. I just don't know if you should be lumping it up as a genre. I understand, dude, I went and saw Get Out, all right? I saw Black Panther. I saw these movies. I was watching black movies before it was cool to watch black movies. I've talked about it in the back of the day about like, I want to get you sucker and shit like that. I was a fan. Grew up on that stuff. Not one of these fair.
I wouldn't call it a genre.
I watch Spike Lee movies, motherfucker.
I wouldn't call it more of a genre. I call it a category.
Well, the other ones are action, adventure, comedy, horror. Also, and then also gay is a genre now too. It's just like gay movies.
It's all about representation.
I know, but I'm not saying either that's wrong. I just think it's weird that when you're going through the genres, there's a genre that's black people and there's a genre that's gay people. You're just saying it a different way. Well, that's not also it just says the LGBTQ one just says LGBTQ. It does not say voices actually. Yeah. So this is like these are the gay movies. These are the black people movies. And that seems worse to me. I don't know. It just seems weird to be listing them like that. Like, here's a genre for you.
I don't find it weird at all. It's just trying to find something. It's like, oh, I want to
watch black people in their natural environment. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it sounds bad, right? It sounds bad.
Just like movies with like all black cast. That's where you go. So you're not going through like the actual genres and trying to find it.
Who does that? Who looks? That's like it's just a crazy way to think of wanting to watch a movie. Like I'll watch a movie that's all black cast, but I'm never like, you know what I'm into the movie mood for? All black. Like that's just a weird way. It's a weird way to watch cinema. Like
I don't know, I guess we're just woke or something.
I'm just saying like that starts too far. Like, you know what I want entertainment to be? Let a bunch of black people entertain me. That seems almost racist. If you're going out of your way to be like, I want to watch a movie that's all black people, right now, I really want a bunch of black. Doesn't that kind of seem like maybe you're acting like a slave owner and you want to like have your black slaves entertain you? You're like, dance for me.
I feel like you're overthinking this.
Dance for me. I know. I'm thinking it just easy enough that that's a genre. Why the fuck would you look through that like that? Unless the only time that I would say that's an appropriate genre if it's like Black History Month. But even Black Voices, then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I want to watch a movie about like some civil rights shit, during Black History Month. That makes sense, right? Or it'd almost be better. Maybe instead of doing that, just do like a civil rights genre. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Like an activism, but I just think it's just weird that there's a category, there's just a genre where you go, what movie we watching tonight? I don't know. Some people are like, well, I feel like a horror. It's like, what if we watched a black people movie?
Like, black voices. They're the main characters.
No, but it's such a weird way to I don't know a single person that's ever suggested that as a way to watch a movie.
No, but you gotta think about it, if you are black, you want to see a movie.
That's all black.
Yeah, you want to go through action and
I guarantee you that the black voices thing gets clicked on by majority of people who are not black. I don't think that's even a category for black people.
Maybe.
I think black people like movies. Like I think they like movies.
No, you have a fair. I don't know. I don't have the metrics.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of movies that have a majority white cast.
That's like I think like 80% of the movies.
But just keep hitting the right. You know, just keep swiping. I don't know. This is a weird because
Or-
I'm not
or
when I
search
watch a
for it.
movie that has a majority white cast. I never was thinking like, man, I really want to watch a white person movie. Like,
Well, there's just so many options. You
exactly.
don't even think about it.
Yeah, I just watch movies that I think might be good or look stupid enough that I'll have fun watching. You know,
That's a crazy concept about like someone wrote a script, they had a cast, they hired all these people, they put all this effort into it, and now we have access to them for free, and we just laugh and judge it. We're like, that sucks.
I love it, dude. There's nothing better. Like, okay, so here's the thing. I love really shitty horror movies that are so bad. I love them so much, but it has to be not purposely bad.
Yeah,
I like
try. It can't be a comedy.
It can't be someone trying to purposely make a bad movie. Anyone can purposely try to make a bad movie.
Yeah.
I like it when you can see that this was someone's dream. Like this, like someone put a lot of work into it and energy, and like this, and like not even just one person, but you see all people, like the actors in there, like this might be my shot. You know, like maybe I'll get the Oscar. You know, it's like fucking like just crazy dreams. And like you can see the director's like, all right, this is I got a really big break. They got me a big budget. The writer, the screenplay. You see all these people who are like went in thinking they're gonna make a good movie, and they just made a giant pile of shit. It's one of my favorite things. I think part of knowing their failure makes it better. If that makes sense.
The guy who played Cameron
Killed himself.
No, he was born in 1976.
Yeah, damn. So he's in his mid-40s right now.
Yeah.
He ain't no young Cameron no more. Still autistic, but
He must have moved out of that house.
wow.
The house in the movie.
They moved to multiple different houses. The demon followed him, but yet somehow still just staying in his closet.
They had that figure.
No, because he was even following the boy still, even after the detective took the figure.
Well, it's all through the beginning, the part. Like they've already formed a connection. He's the only one that could tell him to stop.
I know, but that's not what I'm talking about. Why was it always in his closet?
Instead of it.
But no, even after the fucking detective took it, that figure wasn't in his closet anymore.
That's why
it was still in his closet.
That's why it was not a good movie, because it was just insane.
He had huge flaws.
Yeah.
And did not a lot of explaining.
There was no intro. It kind of just
it throws you right in. You feel like you're starting in a second act.
Yeah, and then there's no ending really. Well, there is, but it's not. There's no.
They're like, let's give you a ride home, champ.
Yeah,
that's the ending. It was climax. There's no falling. Like, I mean, like there's no like the resolution was pretty much just over.
Yeah,
it's like climax
credits. Yeah. So that's the homework assignment, is for everyone to go on Amazon Prime and watch Cameron's Closet and then re-listen to this, get our views up.
Or don't do that. Or just enjoy what we said about it and not watch it.
Or read the Wikipedia plot.
Should I start a barbecue restaurant?
With what?
I don't know.
What would you call it?
Just call fucking Dumb Fucking Idiot Makes Barbecue.
That would be the name of the establishment?
No, I'd probably call it Barbecue.
Barbie-Drew.
No, I'd call it Barbie Queer. And then it'd be an LGBT members get 50% off. If you're a card carrying LGBT member, you get fucking
card carrying.
Yeah. Well,
insane.
I want them to carry cards so we can
identify. This might be the most insane idea you've ever had.
So what it is you have to prove it to me in person.
I'd rather you own a Falcon than start this business.
Barbie queer.
Yeah.
I think it's progressive.
No.
How is it not? I'm an LGBTQ plus fucking themed restaurant.
Yeah, you're a straight white man.
Yeah, and I'm supporting the community, man, by making them sick barbecue.
Okay. We'll let everyone decide.
I think it's a great fucking idea. I don't understand what's problematic about it.
It's a strange idea. Coming from a straight white man.
Our mascot's just Bruce Valanche. Now Evan has to put up a picture of Bruce Valanche.
Oh my
Here.
God, stop. I can barely edit.
You need to know what Bruce Valanche looks like.
I know what Bruce Valanche looks like. Everyone, why don't you? Everyone just Google it. Open a separate
You're
tab.
asking too much for the people.
Open a separate tab.
Dude, they already watched they're watching this. Or listening to it, whatever you're fucking doing. You're already doing that. Don't ask them to do more things. And also, you're telling them to leave the podcast.
No, I said open a separate tab.
Do you think people are watching this on a laptop?
You watch it on your phone?
Most people watch it on TVs or fucking phones. Yeah.
It's the only time I'm on TV.
Hmm?
That's the only time I'm on TV is this podcast.
Yeah, that's true, but it's technically not TV. I mean, it is a TV, but it's YouTube. Like,
yeah.
And you're like, hey, mom, I'm on the TV.
I love YouTube. I realize
it's better than.
I realize
anything.
I spend so much time on YouTube just wasting my life away.
I think it's better than most of them. Because here's the thing. People try to like support all this shit. It's like everything that's made by a corporation is so soulless and really uncreative because it has to go through like 37 producers and editors. And it's like fucking YouTube's just like a lot of like creative, passionate people getting to have their voice exactly the way they want it without any editing whatsoever. Now there are some that are edited, and then you still have to do with because like they come from like a company that makes a bunch of videos. That's like the company doing that, but also. And then there are people that are like being fake, but you'll have that with anything. But you know, if you sift through, you can find original content that's better than most of the stuff on networks.
Oh yeah,
like original shit that's good. And a network would never have done because it would have taken a risk, and they also would have like ruined it by giving it too many notes.
There's some great stand-up comedy on YouTube.
And all the best stand-up specials right now.
All free, yeah.
Can we talk about all right now that the heat's died down? Can we talk? I think it's finally time we pitch in, chime in. It hasn't died down completely, but a little bit on the Dave Chappelle's The Closer.
What position do we have?
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna say right now, it's funny. It's a funny special.
I was there actually. I was there in person.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny.
Oh,
how bad do you feel about saying it was funny now?
Well, I heard it. I walked out. I was like, "Oh yeah, when this comes out, there'll be people."
Well, I talked to you about it off by when I saw. I was like, "Oh, I could see why people would be upset." Like, I was like, sometimes you're like, "Oh, like you could be like, oh, you should be super sensitive offended." I'm like, "Oh, I'm like, oh no, I can see why people would be offended at this."
Yeah,
like I get it, but at the end of the day, still really funny. It's still really funny. And I also don't appreciate that people are like, Dave Chappelle's not funny. It's like,
no, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Yeah, you're out of your mind.
He's one of the greatest comedians ever.
He has been not funny. I still stand by. I was calling Dave Chappelle. His SNL monologue sucked, and then the two fucking specials, whatever those YouTube things he dropped, those sucked. Those weren't funny. They weren't.
I enjoyed that SNL monologue.
I thought it was a little hacky.
Well,
that whole
it's not work.
You can breathe with like a white hood on, but you can't breathe with a mask on. That's like a fucking meme, dude. That's like a meme that happened like almost immediately. Like almost when COVID started it. That was a meme.
It's not worth television.
Still, there was a shitty joke.
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept that at an open mic from someone. I'm not gonna accept that from Dave Chappelle. That was a bad joke. Well, it's not bad. It's a hacky joke.
Comedy is about freedom of speech and expression.
It's about freedom of hack. I don't agree so. But no, the new special rips. It's really fucking funny. But I will say this: people go, "Well, where do you weigh in on like all the stuff he said? And do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong?" Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think I really have a voice in it. I don't know. I mean, like if you listen to the whole thing, it's a talk about living as a black man in America, being the most oppressed group, and then comparing it to like the trans community and like what they have to go through and how he doesn't like how they handle certain situations, and now he's jealous of others. I'm neither trans nor black. I don't think I really have any opinion. I think he had an interesting point of view of like how he feels about the trans movement as a black man who lived in America his whole life. I was like, that's an interesting opinion. Like, it's interesting to hear that viewpoint.
There's different perspectives from who you are.
Which, you know, I thought that's what we were going for. They were going for black voices.
They told the story about Daphne.
We're for black voices as long as they agree with everything we say. Then we're not. Then we're for black voices. But the second black voices say something we don't like, we're no longer for black voices. It's like all that shit's so fucking hypocritical sometimes. Because like you can not like what he said, but then like people are like, "Oh, we shouldn't let him like have his special." It's like, oh, what happened to black voices? Like what happened to that? Remember we were all real into that.
There was they talked that bit about Daphne, the trans comic that opened for him, and everyone was like on Twitter. I think I saw about like I don't know how you could be one of the greatest comics in the world, and then it's your 11th time doing stand up in your opening for Dave Chappelle. No, it was very it was great.
It's fucking really funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it's really good.
But I could definitely tell people it would offend.
I could.
And
if you don't really listen to jokes or like nuance of jokes and just feel like there's certain things you definitely can't joke about, then yeah, it's absolutely not special for you. Like you'll absolutely be offended.
Did you hear about the protests at Netflix?
What about?
There was a protest at Netflix. Basically, it was a walkout and stuff, and then someone actually brought. There was like a counter protester who brought a sign. It's like Dave's funny. Like I think Dave is funny, and they grabbed the sign and like ripped it up and like were shouting at him.
Who knew Dave Chappelle could create such a controversy?
Comedy's controversial now.
Yeah, dude. It is. Yeah, but honestly, I'm surprised they didn't take it down. But also, I just realized. So actually, they shouldn't take it down. But also, remember I was saying all those things that none of these companies care about you when they did all that shit. None of these companies care about you. Honestly, at the end of the day, Netflix wouldn't keep this special up if it was doing bad numbers.
You don't think they would?
If it was doing bad numbers, they wouldn't.
No.
It wouldn't be worth the loss.
Right.
They just see the benefit. They know Dave Chappelle's money. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about Dave Chappelle. They don't care about the people protesting. They don't care. They care. They did the math, and they're like, it helps our bottom line more if we just keep Dave Chappelle on.
Yeah.
And which blew me away. It's the first company to do that in a long time where they didn't go with that. But it also shows that they're not consistent, and that like these companies are not consistent. They only care about fucking money.
What a crazy time for like the big name stand-up comedians like John Mulaney.
Oh yeah, he's just got a rehab.
And then I think he's dating Olivia Munn. I think they just broke up though. Olivia Munn.
It is weird. This is like comedy's not the biggest it's ever been, but you can make more money than I'd ever in stand-up right now.
When we were growing up, like my first exposure to stand-up, like when I actually learned what a stand-up comedian was just Seinfeld.
Oh really? That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first stand-up comic I saw on TV because I just remember it always being there. I used to always on. No, not Seinfeld. I used to just watch stand-up on fucking Comedy Central. Well, back in the day when Comedy Central used to play like stand-up all the fucking time. Comedy Central Presents, Premium Blend. That was a good one. Those were always on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like always stand-up.
Now and then there's specials too. Now it's all reruns of South Park and old comedy films.
There's a lot of Office reruns.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knew South Park or Comedy Central was going to just become the home for Office reruns?
Office is like arguably the most popular sitcom of all time.
It's not Seinfeld, like.
No, but like
Seinfeld's season finale had fucking more. Had like as many views as the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's insane.
No, but post Seinfeld, like it's
pretty. Yeah, no, since Seinfeld, absolutely. But also, it's just not funny.
I'm not a big fan of it.
It's
just a mockumentary type of thing.
Well, mockumentary is good.
Stolen from the UK. Maybe like Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys was good, and then it got bad.
Yeah. Because we talked about the big budget. It was better when
it was better when it had a cheap budget. Yeah. It probably also when they got a bigger budget, they probably had more. Again, it probably had like when they were low budget, they probably had more direct influence. And then there's probably more people dipping their toes into shit and kind of fucking with the formula. It's like I don't think any of the seasons on Netflix were good.
No.
They're all. I haven't watched the last 2 seasons. I think it just wasn't like. I don't know. I think it was the second or third season they did with Netflix, which is bad. It was just bad. It was really bad. I'm like, I don't want to watch the show anymore. It was.
This is insane because I remember you got me into it. You're like, dude, we have to watch Trailer Park Boys. You've never seen it? I gotta
It's
show
so
you
fucking. The first like
this.
7
And then we
seasons are
watched the whole
hilarious.
season of the night. It was
It's so funny. Dude, you sit back and just have some beers and watch that. It's fucking great. The humor was fucking amazing, man. Very great slapstick humor. Good. I like idiots. Like, I think idiots are always funny. So
I like Ricky and Ray,
Mhm.
the dad and son, just like, oh, it's so funny.
Dude, I mean, the show, like a lot of that band was so good. Also, growing up white trash. I wouldn't grow up in a trailer park, but I knew people. A lot of people like those. Like you see people, like, oh, they recognize me. Remember that this person kind of like this reminds me of other people I've met.
Yeah.
Or knew growing up. Kind of thing.
They were going on tour, but I think they canceled it.
Yeah. I would never see them live.
I saw Randy live. I met him.
That's so dumb.
It was in the area. It was
So dumb.
all right show.
It was bad. That means because you're never hard on anything. So you saying it's all right means it was terrible.
It went by. It was at like some random bar, like in Hemlock.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no.
This was a couple years ago.
Glad I didn't do that.
Randy's Cheeseburger Picnic. It was called. There was no stand. It was just a bunch of like games and trivia. Just Randy being Randy. They had like a contest about who has the biggest gut.
There you go. That's high quality entertainment right there. Fuck me and call me Daryl.
They had like a $20 meet and greet. You either pay them to meet them.
Well, that's how they make money. Then.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of people do that. They kind of just cashing on their fame, kind of thing. You know, I want. You know, it's a dream of mine though. I kind of want to do something like that with us. Up this podcast.
$100 meet and greet.
No, not the meet and greet, but just like doing the random pop-up shows and just going on shitty tours.
Just recording a live episode.
Live
Do a little bit of
episodes.
stand-up.
Yeah, a little bit of stand-up live episodes. We just tour around the nation. It's just, but you're gonna gain weight at the time, so it's just me dragging out of chains that I'm dragging. I'm like shirtless, dragging you, and you're like in a wagon. But like a children's, like one of those red children wagons.
That's our grand entrance on the stage.
No, dude, this is how we travel the whole country. And you've gone so much weight at this point that you've like now overfilled. Like you're just like spilling out of the wagon, like you're like a glass of water that's been filled up too much. You're just kind of pouring out the top, right? Like a real.
I feel like that'd be a good poster for the tour.
Yeah, and it's me shirtless, like with chains on my back, like hauling you, right? And you got like bird shit all over you from just like birds coming by in your car, and then on your flesh is a sign. There's like a sign stapled to you. This is all bloody and infected, like where the staples are, and it says no, it says Will Podcast for Food. And it's just written in crayon.
How long have you been thinking of this?
So now.
No, it seems like it's been the worst for like a year.
No, just now. And I want to haul you around and I was like, please let's podcast. My buddy needs to eat. I'm fucking starving back here. I'm gonna die. And I just keep feeding you live birds. I find with my falcon.
You're back on the falcon.
He catches it, and then fucking nails it, dude.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
What?
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
What?
Just makes me look like an imbecile.
What?
Makes me look like a maniac.
Why does it look at you like a maniac? I look like the maniac. You just look fat.
Oh, I want to be perceived that way, even though I am
You am what?
fat.
You're obese. I don't know if I'll call you fat.
Are those two terms interchangeable?
It's actually worse.
Yeah, so I guess.
It's actually worse. You know, you're fucked up, man. Go work on that.
Thanks, I heard that.
Well, I've been thinking is that we need like I don't think people. You don't want nice friends.
Why?
What?
Why?
Why?
Why don't you want nice friends?
Because they'll never push you to do anything. Nice friends. You don't want nice people. If you meet someone and they're super nice, like over the top nice, crazy nice, you need to run away from that person. Like if every person you meet says they're so nice, that probably means they're a fucking lunatic. They're gonna cut your face off, or they're trying to manipulate you in some way.
Yeah, they're fake.
Yeah, no people are that nice. It's scary and should be alarming to you. And if you buy into it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's
why we're such great friends.
Well, honest with you, man. You want someone who's just gonna be mean a little bit. Sometimes.
You're mean all the time.
No, I'm charmingly mean. It's different. Okay, it's called negging.
Charmingly.
No, what the fuck was I just saying? It's about the nice. You want someone. See, a lot of people like they're looking for someone in the world, and they want someone who's just nice all the time and never has any problems with the way they act and just agrees with everything. It was like, no, you want someone who calls you out on your shit, because someone who calls you out on your shit is someone who just like is gonna make you grow as a person. Like
Yeah.
like when people call you on your shit, you grow. When you guys have someone that fucking agrees with everything you do and basically lets you do like anything without being like, yeah, you're being shitty right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you're just doomed to be the same shitty person always.
Well, I think true relationships, like families, there has to be disagreement, arguments too. Like that's just the nature of humans. If you're just all nice all the time, oh, that's not reality.
I'll tell my brother suck my dick.
Yeah.
He'll tell me to suck my dick. It sounds like incest, but that's not. It was very, very, very metaphorical dick sucking.
Yeah.
Figurative, not literal.
Yeah. It's like gentle nagging.
Or just, boy.
We're just two brothers, just teasing each other.
Just being bros.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's been the case. I think we should need plugs.
Yeah, a few minutes left.
We got a few minutes left to do some plugs of Roonies, some of the oopsie doozies, the wick wabbly bluesies, the something juicies. We should start a reboot of the Newsies.
We should stop doing this thingy. The rhyming.
I didn't rhyme.
Did not rhyme. But
You
we
fucking
should just
suck,
drop it.
dude.
I can't rhyme, man. I'm not a poet.
Well, you don't have to be a poet. Honestly, only the good poets rhyme. That's why all these hacks don't rhyme. Like, poetry doesn't have to rhyme. It's like those are just thoughts. Those are thoughts.
There was a time where I literally thought it wasn't a poem unless it rhymed.
Well, because it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's just
Because anyone can just write down thoughts. It's not hard.
this is poetry.
It's poetry. It's just your thoughts.
Yeah.
It's essentially just a journal, and then you just
in my room.
you try to put it in so good.
Food in the
It's
house.
it's just the most fucking douchey thing ever, right? I know I've read all that poetry. Just imagine sitting there, you go, how can I put this in the most elegant, sophisticated way? Like it's so fucking dickhead. Like it's not your voice, because poetry is usually never in people's voice because it's so convolutedly like, what's the word I'm looking at? It's so pretentious and what's the word? I've used it before. Oh, what the word I'm looking for?
Douchey.
I mean, douchey, yes, but I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. I had too many Miller Lights. But yeah, plugs. All right, let's do them. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you smash the like button, crush the subscribe button, give us a little bit of a comment down below. Comment whether you like Dave Chappelle special or not.
Yeah.
That's a good one. If you've watched it yet, if you haven't watched it yet, why you haven't watched it
Why
yet?
did you hit my arm?
Because it's just light bumping, dude. That's what dudes do. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I went to the Michigan game.
I heard that you did.
From who? No.
Yeah.
No, I have no fucking idea. Who would have told you that?
Who you hung out with on the other night?
Oh, Brian. You can just say Brian. But you have to be so cryptic about it. Yeah. Where was it? Yeah, comment if you've seen the Dave Chappelle special, what you thought of it. If you haven't seen it yet, why you haven't watched it, you should watch it just so you know where you stand on this. Dude, also, did I bring this up on the podcast? The Norm Macdonald quote I heard. Oh, so good. So apparently Norm Macdonald told someone this. Like it wasn't, he's not recorded, but he told someone this when it was like during like when they were getting canceled. And he told him, he goes, when it comes to the war on comedy, I think the side with jokes will win. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, Norm, fucking Norm, dude. Like that's such a good line. Like, it's almost poetic, but not in a douchey way. It's his own voice.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Totally something Norm would say.
That's so powerful of a statement. I think in the war on comedy, or the war of comedy, the side with jokes will win.
Beautiful.
I know, right? That's such a good way to put it. We will win, dude. We will fucking win. Like, just 2 years later, I'm arrested for freedom of speech. Dude, go back to Lenny Bruce eras. That or I just have been fired. I'm just no longer hireable from all the shit of recordings of me online.
Yeah.
One simple search of my name and I'm like, did you say you wanted to open up a restaurant called Barbecue? Why do I always fucking? I'm stumbling over that. Barbecue.
Yeah.
Did you say you want to open? All right, the joke's gone. All right, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit follow, download all the episodes. If you're listening on Stitcher, make sure you hit follow, download all the episodes. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us a 5-star rating and a little bit of a review. We don't really give a fuck what you write. If you just write something, that would be sick. What else? You can follow us on Facebook at Inept Pit. We got a group there. You can like the page. Also, you can listen to the episodes on the fucking page. So do that too, man. You get all that shit all at once, man. What else? Follow us on Inept Pit. Twitter at Inept Pit. Very easy. And then also, you can contact us at ineptpit@gmail.com for all booking concerns. So if you want to put us on like a live show, if you want to put us stand up or a live podcast or stand up in a live podcast, hit us up there for all that kind of shit. Besides that, it's off to Evan's plugs.
You can follow me on Twitter at Salsa Evan and follow me on Instagram at Salsa Evan.
Word. Well, that's been the podcast.
Peace.
Suck our dicks in the future. Barbie queer. Okay, I said it right that time. That's all I needed to do. I don't know why my brain doesn't work.